Greetings and salutations, this is Sparrow Swift from the desk, and today I'm going to be talking about a K-drama called Hwarangs. Hwarangs is a very interesting show. If you're into BTS, V plays in Hwarangs, and even if you're not into K-drama, you might want to watch that just because V is in it. It's amazing. But here's what I'm going to tell you about it. It was one of the third or fourth K-dramas I watched, and I loved it so much I showed my mom, and my mom loved it, and I showed it to my cousin, and she's into it, so I've succeeded. 2 out of 3 is not bad, okay? I showed it to my aunt, but she wasn't really interested, but 2 out of 3 is not bad. So what I did was, okay, let me tell you about it first. There is a boy called Bird Dog, and he's a peasant, and he has a best friend. His best friend was raised in the capital, but they're in a peasant village, but the best friend wants to go back to find his family that is in the capital. And so his friend Dogbird decides to sneak him into the capital. They can go over the wall and they'll sneak in, but they have to blend in with everybody else, otherwise they get killed, because peasants aren't allowed in the capital, or, okay? Okay, enter the next person, who is the king. The king is hidden. No one knows what he looks like. No one knows anything about him. But he goes into the capital, and his mother, who is taking care of the throne for him, or basically ruling in his stead, doesn't want him in the capital because she doesn't want him to die, but she actually wants power for herself. So she decides she's going to make a group of knights. She's going to take the children of the nobles that oppose her and make them into guards or soldiers for her son. That's basically taking their children and making them do what she wants to do instead of doing what their parents want them to do. So she ends up doing that, and there's 5 people you gotta pay attention to. There's Dogbird, who through a series of events becomes one of them. There's a guy who's cold. He's called Baru, and he's cold. He's not very friendly towards women, but he's one of the most beautiful men in the capital. Then there's Soho, which is a playboy extraordinaire. Then there's Yol, who is the most beautiful man in the capital. And there's V, who is a true bone, but the last of his line. And then there's the king, who, a series of events, he turns into one of the knights, and nobody knows he's a king. Nobody knows that he's there. So it's really interesting, and there's a main lead girl. Her name is Eru. She's a half-breed, which means she's half peasant, half royalty. Okay, true bone is full royalty, and half-breed is half royal, half royalty. And she is a doctor and a teller of erotic stories, and she ends up working where the Hwarang are. Hwarang means flowery nights, or nights that, or boys that are beautiful as flowers, because all these guys are good looking for some reason. Everybody in that show is good looking, as a matter of fact, but we'll talk about that later. But I want to say it's a good show, and it's one of those plots that it starts down here, it goes good, it goes up, and it just ends very beautifully, and everything seems to fit, and everything goes good, and you're very happy with the ending. It has a very happy ending. They did it very well, and I can't say, the only thing I wish they had done with the story and only thing I wish they had done was having the king get someone he loved as his bride, because he doesn't get the person he loves. I wish they had made someone else that he could love and that he could make as his empress. But we can't have everything, can we? But it is really well. I would give it a 9.5, because I wish they had made a happier ending for the king. But it's called Hwarangs. It's good. Get on Roddick and Vicky and watch it. If you're a BTS fan but not a K-drama fan, you might just want to watch it because V does an amazing job in it. And that's about it. This has been Sparrow Swift from the desk. Beautiful dreams.